I played in rooms probably no bigger than a telephone box at times. We were attending various events around the country and abroad. It's made of wool. Those that don't know, there is written details about plates and their length and their size. We don't really go by that because we all know that the richer you were, the more cloth you had. The poorer, the less, or the more stout you were, the more cloth you had to wear. Our plates are about 4 metres long and just over 1.5 wide, 1.6 wide, and they're created on what you call a double loom. Single loom was used for making the modern kilt, the filly beg, and the Gaelic means small kilt. This is the filly moor, means Great Plaid. So Mick here is going to demonstrate how quickly you can get undressed.
Ready for battle.
Not that game, but anyway. So he's going to spread the plaid out. There is also no set number of pleats. And they say that the plaid, especially if it's wool, and this is a heavy gauge, it will hold its own weight in water, at least 60% waterlogged before it starts to get too heavy to wear, or become waterlogged. It will hold 60% of its own weight in water. Quick way. So he's taken, everybody does it different. On certain tartans you can get it to lie a particular way when it's pleated. He's taken every two lines, plating it over. Normally we have the pleats about the length of your fingers deep. It can be worn, if you pleat it one way obviously you get more of a green. If you pleat it another way, like using different lines, you'll get more brown, or depending on what way you want it. It's up to the wearer actually. There is no set way to wear it. Just putting all the pleats in. As you can see, it's quite quick. There's no great science there. Although we have seen some funny examples of people wearing the plaid. He's going to slip that belt underneath. They also said that the belted plaid wasn't worn until around the 18th century, but if you think about it, why would you go from trousers to this? I'd imagine it was the other way around. Again, it's what's written down, it's what you believe, it's what trial and error. I mean, I know it can also be used as a sleeping bag, it keeps you warm. We'll demonstrate that in a second. They said that they used to throw them in the river and soak them because wool and water generate heat also. So you were creating a kind of igloo effect, because if it froze when you were up in the hills, it would keep you warm, so it would keep the heat in. Normally you don't need another big hairy guy to dress you. Usually you dress himself. Oh yes. You forget we all live together on film sets, so we know who's hairy and who's not, and where they are hairy as well. Okay, so that he's going to turn around for you and let you see the rear. Give your bum a shake. Wiggle, wiggle. All the pleats fall into place. And wool is like any other thing. It's like hair. You know, you brush your hair a certain way over a period of time. Even after you've washed it, you can lay the plaid out and it falls into the same pleats again, because it's a hair. It gets trained. So there you go. That's what, keeping it over the shoulder to keep them warm. There's a couple of other ways it can be worn. The old traditional Rob Roy McGregor way, which I'll show you in a minute. And you maybe have seen a lot of movies. Over the shoulder there, wee perangular brooch in there. Turn around, you need to do the Gucci walk. Wow. So now he's going to create the pockets. Tuck it in. You may have seen some of the other Jacobite guys walking around with their plates all tucked up in. tuck them in so they could move better, run across the other, because you can imagine all that at the back would get snagged. We wear them down for comfort. Then your heavy belt would go over the top, that would carry your duck and your sporran. Bit like a tool belt today. And the final implement. And the basket. So there you go. There's Mick, ready for battle. Well, should we demonstrate the other side as well while we're here? Yeah, do the other side? You can use a plate. I'll use a plate. Hey, do we have a spare plate? You need to get naked again. They don't seem too bothered. Okay, we're going to do what's called the other side, the female version. This is a little bit too long for that. It's about 4 meters. The other side we've seen they use they're about 2.5 meters. Okay, so you lay it out that way. I'll need that belt again as well, the skinny belt. So this is done relatively the same, except it's done long ways instead of width ways. So it's quite difficult in the wind here. So we're going to make some pleats. I'll show you how this works on the lassies. Alrighty. Chuck the belt. So with the yeah, Lucy. Hello, Lucy. I'm going to come out. It's my cousin's daughter. Your family, you've got to come. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is face the crowd. With your stand there where his hand is. Not on the cloth though. Just at the front of it. Go over to the left a tiny wee bit. That's it. Right, now sit down. Sit on the pleats, on these pleats up here. So what I want is the bottom of the cloth to be near your ankles. Okay? That's it. Straighten your feet out, straighten your legs out. That's it, up a wee bit. Down a wee bit now, because when you lie down, okay, you'll travel up. So lie down. Okay? On. She's like, what did I do? Hope you're getting this on camera, Craig. Right, so arch your back a wee touch, arch your back a wee touch. So obviously the belt is normally underneath before you lie down. So if I put that here, put your arms up. Right. You hold that. Okay. Right, thanks for helping. You ever been dressed by a big hairy guy before? There you go. Right, use your hand. Stand up. Oh, don't stand on the cloth, that's it. Right, now, come back a wee bit, just come back. As I said, normally this would be smaller, so if she does a wee turn around. See the plates at the back. Right, now, if you see the ladies over here, they've all got petticoats on and dresses. Normally we should have a couple of layers of dress on underneath. This would be a lot shorter, we wouldn't have so much here, so what I'll do is I'll fold it in to simulate a shorter line. Just bunch of that in here. And then, in the same fashion as the guys, this would come over, well, it's raining, there you go. So that would keep her dry, this would keep her warm. Hold that there. And if I take this up, obviously again if it's a bit shorter, turn around. You can see the police back more clearly now. And this would be higher. Okay? It looks a bit cumbersome for the women. You can see this little they catch me deep. So what you do is, again I'll make this a bit shorter. Get myself all tangled up here. So this will tuck in. This tucks into the belt here. This will give you a better idea. This is the way they would probably wear it. Moving around, doing their chores in the middle of winter. Keep you warm. Travelling, carry the bearnies in it. It's actually lots of push. And that goes down. Take that out of the way. That out of the way. Now, if you can imagine she's wearing the petticoats. Turn around now. There you go. The bustle at the back. Thanks for demonstrating. And there you have it, ladies and gents.
Give my pants back.
There you go. She's running. So there you have it. He's got to put his pants back on, or his plate back on again, so you'll get another look at it. And no, he should not be wearing boxer shorts, but it's a family show, so.
Educational charity.
It's an educational charity here. It's not one of those male stripper shows. So there you go again, plates are going in. Not any particular grace to it. You want to be able to get it on real quick anyway. But can you think about it? Would you go from wearing breeks, trousers, to this? Would you? Doesn't make sense, does it? History's been rewritten all the time, and I'm pretty sure at some point our theory will be agreed with, even though academics have told us we're wrong. It just doesn't make any sense at all to go from wearing a simple pair of trousers. You can just put on in the morning and go about and do your thing, or have to find somewhere dry to roll around and put this thing on. Now, a lot of people thought the Klansmen were identified by their tarts. They may well have been identified by the dyes coming from the fawn, the plants in the area. But a lot of these battles, they took their plaid off and fought like Mick in their shirt tails. The shirts were a bit longer then, and they would actually tie the shirts' tails between their legs to keep everything obviously secure. But they wouldn't wear plaids because they get caught, they get tangled up, they get caught in heather, they get caught in the gorse, they get caught in somebody's sword, you trip over them. They would take the plaids off and fight in their shirts. One particular battle in 1544 between the Clan Ranald and the Clan Fraser was fought, and they called it the Nablarna Lane, the Battle of the Field of Shirts. And in 1544, you can imagine, the population was not very great then, but there was about 600 or 700 men stood on either side at the start of the day. They loosed their arrows, and then they charged in with their arrows. And this was a face-to-face thing going on, not like modern day warfare. And by the end of the day, there was only 6 or 7 men left standing on either side when they called a halt to the fight, to the feud. And there was some real old grudges going back many generations, and they absolutely slaughtered each other. And you can imagine the field was run red with blood. And they called a halt to the battle before they committed mass genocide on each other. And it was called Nablarna Lane, the Battle of the Field of Shirts. It was so hot they took their plaids off. So there you go. So how did they identify each other, you ask me, if you're not wearing your tartan right? Well, they were identified by what they wore on their hat, because you're not going to be looking at a guy's knees when you're going to try and cut his head off. Close combat. So you recognised your opponent by, if he was friend or foe, by what he was wearing in his hat, because his plaid's lying up the field somewhere. So there you have it. A little bit of history. Go away and check it out. If anybody wants to buy a plaid, go speak to that man over there in the corner. He runs a woolen mill, and he actually produces a lot of plaid for us. And he's your man if you want to see anything like that. So, hey Bob. Try to get you some business here, man. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. That's our interpretation of the Plaid and the RSA. And I'll speak to you later. I don't know what's happening next. I just listen on. You loved that?